The Naked Terror. It was a typical autumn morning in the small town of Millfield, Indiana. The leaves were changing color and a gentle breeze was blowing through the streets. But something was off, something was strange. The first to disappear was the husband of Sarah, a young woman from the town. He went out to run errands and never came back. Sarah was devastated. She couldn't understand what happened to her husband. She went to the police, but they couldn't find any leads. As the days went by, more and more people started to disappear. They would go out to run errands or go to work and never come back. The townspeople started to panic and rumors began to spread that something sinister was happening. As Sarah investigates her husband's disappearance, she discovers that all the missing people had one thing in common: they had all seen a beautiful woman standing naked in the town square. She realizes that this woman has something to do with the disappearances and starts to investigate her. The woman is not just any woman, but a being from another dimension, a being of immense power and unspeakable evil. Her goal is to replace all the people in the town with clones of herself. She would sneak into people's homes at night and destroy their bodies with her powers. Sarah managed to follow the woman one night, hiding behind bushes and avoiding detection. She saw the woman approach a house. Inside, a man named John was sitting in his living room, watching TV. He had no idea what was about to happen. Suddenly, the front door burst open and a beautiful, naked woman appeared, standing in the doorway. John was shocked and terrified, but before he could even react, the woman spoke. "Don't be afraid," she said in a cold and menacing voice. "I'm here to make you into something greater than you ever could be on your own." John tried to run, but the woman's powers were too strong. She reached out and touched him, and he felt a searing pain shoot through his body. He screamed as his skin began to bubble and melt, his bones cracking and breaking. It was a messy and grotesque process. Sarah could barely watch as the woman then began to shape the melted flesh and bones into a perfect replica of herself. John's screams turned into gurgles and then silence as the process was completed. The woman stood there, staring at the new version of herself that stood before her. She then spoke again, this time in a more triumphant tone. "Now, you will serve me, and together we will rule the world." The new clone of the woman looked at her creator with a blank expression, as she had no memories, no emotions, no personality, nothing but the will to serve her creator. The original woman left the house and disappeared into the night, leaving behind only the lifeless body of John and the new clone of herself. The townspeople were horrified and powerless to stop her. They tried to leave, to flee the town, but she always found them and replaced them with a clone. As Sarah uncovers more about the woman and her origins, she realizes that the woman's clones are also capable of creating their own clones. The disappearances increase rapidly as the clones start to multiply. The town of Millfield is now overrun with the clones of the naked woman. Desperate to save her husband and the other missing people, Sarah comes up with a plan to stop the woman. One night, Sarah confronts her. She was armed with a weapon she had created to neutralize the woman's powers. As the woman stood there, Sarah shouted, "You will not destroy this town and my husband. I will not let you take anyone else." The woman, with a cold and menacing voice, replied, "You cannot stop me. I am eternal. I will always find a way to come back and complete my mission. But I will spare you. You have shown me something I have not seen in a long time: determination." Sarah fought with all her might. Her weapon seemed to be working at first. However, the woman was not as easily defeated as Sarah had hoped. As Sarah fought to trap the woman in a portal, the woman fought back with all her power, and in the end, it was Sarah who was trapped in a portal. The woman emerged victorious, and with a triumphant voice, she said, "Now, you will serve me, and together we will rule the world." The woman then used her powers to destroy Sarah's body and shape it into a perfect replica of herself. The town of Millfield was now overrun by the clones of the naked woman, and Sarah, once a determined and brave woman, was now just another clone, with no memories, no emotions, no personality, nothing but the will to serve her creator. The world would never be the same again, as the naked woman's clones continued to spread and multiply, marking the beginning of a new world order, where the woman and her clones ruled supreme, and the original inhabitants were nothing more than memories.